Hello, welcome back. Just wanted to update you guys on some of the collection items that I have, as well as kind of prep for this card show event that I'm going to be going to in 13 days. So a little over 2 weeks. But this is kind of what I have available to be traded at the card show event. I have a binder, and then I have some slabs here. I have made the decision to switch over from CGC to PSA. I was a big CGC guy when I first entered the hobby, but after seeing the fact that they changed the slabs, I don't like the way they look, and I feel like they're going more like Beckett. So, unfortunately, all of the rainbow rares in these slabs are going to have to get swapped over, as well as some of the more rare cards, which is kind of annoying. But we have the Arceus V Star. I have two of these. They're both in a 9.5. I have the Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX Rainbow Rare. You'll notice some of these have the subgrades on there, and that's because for a little bit there, they weren't allowing you to get a pristine 10 unless you paid for the subgrades, which was kind of annoying, and they reverted that change. So we have the Snorlax VMAX and a 9.5, the Glaceon VMAX and a 9, Gardevoir and a 9.5, Umbreon GX and a 9. This one's really annoying because I know this card is going to be hard to find, especially in really good condition, but I do know that a CGC 10 is harder to get than a PSA 10, at least that's what I've been told, and from what I've seen, I do believe that to be true. 9.5 in the Clara, 9 in the Snorlax Gold. Really cool card, really love this card, but in a 9, I can get rid of it, it's fine. Kaboo, really cool Kaboo card. I might actually list some of these on eBay, but we'll get into that story in a little bit. Togekiss VMAX 9.5. This one hurts a lot. I could just resubmit this card and get a PSA 10 out of it, but I do kind of like the hunt, and having a little bit of extra capital would be nice. Same with this Alt Art 9.5. Chilling Ring Alt Art, one of the coolest Moltres cards I think that's out there. Although with the newer art that they're making, I'm going to go ahead and set these off to the side. With the newer art that they're making, there might be a new top contender for that one. But V-Star here in a 9. Radiant in a 9.5. Pretty cool card. I thought this was going to get a 10. But I guess the centering on the back is a little rough now that I look at it. Ho-Ho in a V. Palkia V-Star Gold. Really sick card. 9. Pretty obvious off-center, but it's a valuable card. Wanted to get it graded. Again, another Alt Art and a 9.5. Is the centering bad on this one? Maybe top to bottom, just a smidge. Yeah, top to bottom. Another 9-star, 9.5 Arceus V-Star, and the Rayquaza, and a 9. So that's all my graded slabs that I have. Definitely looking to get rid of literally all of these because I don't like what CGC has done with the slabs. I like the slabs in a blue. Reminds me of their comic books, and now that GameStop is grading PSA cards, I'm going to be taking full advantage of that, which is a great segue. My last video I posted, I opened up one of the Charizard UPCs. I went ahead and opened up the rest that I have. So now I have 9 of these promo cards. These are going to be definitely a part of the first submission to PSA. These 3 V-Star cards are all going to go. I believe the Charizards actually are better than the first one. Well, they're all Charizards, but the Sleeping Charizard Vs, I think, are in pretty decent condition. I feel like these are going to be the hardest to get a 10 in, just pop-wise, because they're on the top, so I thought I'd put that card down. They're on the top, so, you know, it is what it is. But just wanted to show some things off. So there's all my graded stuff. There's soon to be graded stuff right here. I went through. I had a thing labeled pre-grade, which is what a lot of that Ultra Pro binder cards have. But if you're wondering what I was doing in 2020, I'll show you. I was buying specific cards that I thought were good ROI potential. And some of them actually worked out rather well, and some of them did not. So, here we go. Let me, how'd that slip in there? I try to organize these by what card they are. So, I got a few Mewtwo Vs. From, I believe, the Pokemon Go ETBs, which, sick card, decent Pokemon, probably hard to get a 10 because of the promo. So, yeah. I just, when I was buying these, I would just go on TCG Player and buy a lot and go on from there. But I'm going to try to do more in-person stuff now that there's a decent amount of card shops in my area. Not a crazy amount, but I imagine with where I'm located, it won't be hard to find card shops. This is by far everyone's favorite card. Charizard V, you know, just a few Charizard V cards. Yeah, just a few. I really like this card. I think it's had really good returns. I mean, just in raw. But if I ever need like a submission to go over 25, I have some. Or to get to 25, I have plenty of cards. All of these promos eventually will get graded. It's just capital. These are kind of a bust. I'm not gonna lie. Unfortunately, these EV V Maxes. Just I gotta go slower. My camera's having issues keeping up with the bit rate. But you know, I don't think this was the wisest card to buy, at least promo wise. But you know, for the price I got them at, I don't think it's too crazy because these were. I mean, I'd have to check, but probably less than a few dollars each, like if we're counting shipping and stuff too. Most of these came from the same person too, I believe. This is probably actually worse than the VMAX cards. But these are actually rare. Like, decently rare, but nobody wants them. That's the issue. Nobody wants an Empoleon from Pokemon League. This league stamp symbolizes the like pre-release tournament thing that they do. I think if you won a single battle, you got this, or like if you played at all, you got this card. I went ahead and bought a sealed deck from like a store. They're not really supposed to sell those, but Empoleon's a popular Pokemon. It's just that nobody really wants a reverse holo, and you kind of have to explain the significance of it for people to really enjoy it. And Pat Flynn, I think, made a video about it a few years ago, or somebody else big, and I thought that was going to, drive up popularity, but it did not. I still think this is a really sick card concept. I just don't think people understand the importance of it. And these are from... Oh, does it not have the date? Is it on the back? I believe these are from 2007. Oh, here we go. If it'll focus. It's right underneath my finger. It's from 2018. 2018. Yeah, that's a copyright. 2018 Pokemon. So, I mean, the cards are, I wouldn't say new, but definitely not the oldest. I haven't checked the prices on these specifically, but again, came from the Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX box, and just, a few promo cards. I think these cards are super sick. I like the V's more than the VMAX because it has this gold border all the way around, but they just don't make art like this anymore, so still think it's worth holding on to and potentially grading all of them. The Empoleons I'm probably just going to hold on to and sell raw. This is probably my biggest hitter right here on like return wise. These Greninja Gold Stars. Everyone has one of these, at least had one of them. I had quite a few graded before I sold mine to a card shop, and I still think holding on to these are just such a good idea. Because Greninja's the number one popular Pokemon over Charizard. So, that's why he's so popular with the Gen Xers. Now these, another terrible card. But, I mean, the value that I think I'm going to get on these is going to be pretty good. The reason why why I bought Copycat, pretty simple. That set logo is Evolving Skies. I just realized the way I have the screen cropped, it's like making the cards all super skinny. My bad on that. I'll adjust it later. But it's from Evolving Skies, and it's like less than $5, and it's a full art. That's all I got. Copycat's playable, or was playable, and if they make another version, then we'll be rolling, I think, because the OG version is like $30. So I feel like I'm surprised these haven't gone up more, but they're in the right trajectory. And I think I tried to keep my buy orders for these like 25. I think I might have more though. Nope, 25. I haven't graded any of these, so that's why. Waiting on them to go over the price of grading. I have learned my lesson on that is for sure. But that's essentially all of the pre-grade. The other stuff I have are things that I didn't think would be really worth bringing to the card show. But are and will potentially be worth grading. I'm gonna buy so many more of these. There's a thing going around about the Kabutops for the base set, but I just want to buy all of these cards. I want to have a full binder of Chimchar level 8s. Chimchar is my favorite Pokemon. I believe this is like one of, if not the only holo of Chimchar. So I'm going to buy every single one of these and make them go up myself if I have to. It's going to be a lot of Chimchars in my life. These are amazing rares. Not worth grading yet, but pretty cool cards. Same with the Radiant. It's a nice variant of card. I brought some Radiants with me just to kind of have as filler. Then these from Shining Fates. These are interesting cards. They're like no-name Pokemon though, so I mean the Ponyta's kind of popular, but I don't know. Do people get down with just holos now? I find that hard to believe. And then there's Paladin Fates too. I'm happy they skipped a year on the Fates. I'm sure we'll get one in 2026 though. V-Stars, I think these are nice to hold on to because they're a variant of card that is probably no longer going to be printed. So that's fun. Cool shiny energies. Another holo energy. And then some trainer gallery cards. Again, I could throw these into the binder, but I was worried about space. I thought it was going to run out. But we'll move on to other things. I also have some Force of Will cards. I don't know what I'm going to do with Force of Will. I have quite a lot of Force of Will Polk. But it's still being printed, but it's still pretty mid. Force of Will is interesting, but I can't get down with Force of Will anymore. Alright, I guess we'll move on to the binder. Gotta find a way so that you can see all of these cards. Maybe if I prop it up on my monitor. Nah, hold up. Oh. There we go. Amazing Rare. This is one of the more expensive ones. The lighting in here is making this so awkward. Let me pause and take all of these out. I think you'll really enjoy these. Alright. So I went ahead and sorted these out. As you saw before, Amazing Rare. Then we have some Radiant cards here. Probably should keep these somewhat organized. Oh my goodness. A little bit of Radiant cards. Probably going to add some more to these stacks. because I have a lot more space in the binder to fill. I'd like to fill up that binder if I can. Because essentially I'm going to use the binder as my wallet. Some trainer gallery cards here. Try to keep them organized. I have just a bunch of trainer galleries. Pretty cool cards, all in all. But not really worth that much, so. And then, I'll set that right there. We move on to Shining Fates. For shinies, definitely going to be bringing these, trying to get rid of them. Not really much value in them, but they are a cool variant of the card, I can't lie. Moving on to Full Arts. I added this because this is just a promo. Probably going to get some of these if I can. And then we got Full Art, just Pokemon. I think that some of these are probably worth more than others. Obviously, nobody wants a Graplock from Champion Path. But, you know, they're a nice little variant of the card. Nice little hit, you know. And then this, what I'm holding in my hand right now is pure fire. I promise. So we got the Full Art judges and the Full Art trainers here. We have these cool black and gold cards. Umbreon VMAX from Evo Skies. A Turtwig promo. That's hollow. I do believe it's hot. Yeah, it's a promo. It's actually the first promo of Diamond and Pearl, which is, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that or not. You're just going to have to trust me. It's DP01 for the numbering, but it's a cool card. A lot of these cards actually come from my brother, who just gave me them for Christmas a few years ago, if not last year. That Chimchar I was talking about, level 8, but this is the reverse hollow version. Pretty cool. Got the Infernape from Diamond and Pearl hollow. Oh, you can kind of see it there. Got the base set 2 Poliwrath. Whose favorite Pokemon is Poliwrath again? Is it James? The guy that does all the grading stuff? And the selling now? I heard he really likes Poliwrath. I don't know if they're still even around. I imagine they are. First edition Bellsprout and Magmar. Pretty cool jungle and fossil cards here. Had to include them. Just might find a vintage collector that wants them. Let me kind of gave those away, but 2 jungle hollows. In terms of Wizards of the Coast, jungle is one of my favorite sets. I do like the EVs a lot. Kangaskhan's pretty cool as well. But yeah, these are not the greatest condition, but definitely like if this Vaporeon doesn't have any surface scratching, it could potentially be a 10. But it definitely has surface scratches somewhere. I can see the scratches actually. Not going to be able to show that on camera though. Just a really clean card. Same with the Kangaskhan. These are more like binder-esque cards. But, you know, have to bring these around. These are kind of big ticket items for me. Although these are my favorite cards. This is by far and away my number one collection I want to have a set of, and it's the Level X's. I just love the way these look. They're just so nostalgic to me. I didn't even know these existed when I was younger. Like I did, but I didn't. I didn't know you had to pull them. So I'm going back and trying to collect all of them. Really, some of the first of their kind when it comes to like breaking out of the border and just having a grand old time. Again, these are some of my favorite cards. Probably not going to trade any of these unless I get some incredible offers or there's a really, really, really clean Rainbow Rare, Burning Shadows, Charizard, or just if there's a clean one in general. But if it's clean, it's probably already been graded, let's be real. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm bringing. I'm definitely going to add more to the binder. But I just like having my collection on hand. Obviously, some of these I probably shouldn't be bringing, but I like keeping them in that small binder I got. So that's what I'm bringing to this card show in Eastgate Mall in a few days. Gonna be creating a buy list on Google Sheets, and once I do that, I'll go ahead and record and show you guys some of the findings that I saw and have seen. It's really important when you're going to events like that. You want to be prepared. You don't want to have to be fussing with the price of cards. If it's a good price and you can trade for it, try to shoot them an offer on the trades. That's why I have a lot of these lower denomination cards, because you could get pretty close to like 60 or 70% value, and then you throw in a few trainer gallery cards that are essentially worthless but hold some value as like a little bonus, and you can sweeten the deal a little bit. That's essentially my collection that I have. That's about it. So if you enjoyed, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.